Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. If you're starting a new business, or you may have an existing business, but you know you're possibly going to be doing like a lot of traveling, you may be driving for Uber, Lyft, or DoorDash and stuff like that, or you may have to go out of town for conferences and stuff. I'm going to tell you about some of the easiest travel business credit cards that you may want to consider. Alright, and the first one you possibly want to look at is the Bank of America Business Advantage Secured Card. Now, the reason that I'm telling you that you may want to consider this card, okay, because one, you want to get into a Bank of America system. All right, now with Bank of America, with their secured card, it goes from 1,000 up to 10,000. all right, but the good thing about it, it does report to the Small Business Financial Exchange, so you want those data points. All right, now another thing about, I always tell you, with the major banks like Bank of America, American Express, Capital One, Chase Bank, when you open up a business checking account with them, make sure you're doing weekly deposits, okay? The reason is you want to try to build up your business credit scoring as fast as possible, okay? Also, by opening up the Bank of America Business Advantage Secured Card, okay, again, you're helping build up your business bank rating. All right, so that's the reason you want to consider this card. If you're planning on making a trip, you may be trying to go to Vegas or down to Cancun for a business trip or something like that, or you need to get some attire for a business conference or something like that. So that's the reason that you may want to use this card if you don't have a business credit card and your credit score isn't strong enough. Now, secured credit card that you may want to consider, even if you don't have the best credit, but if you have at least a 580 credit score, then that would be the Capital One Spark Business Gold Card. Okay, 580 credit score. Now, it's just the same as with Bank of America. It is a hard pull on your FICO 8. All right, and usually with Capital One they pull all three, but if you have one of your credit files frozen, they still may give you the card. Okay, so that's the interesting thing about it. Like I said, when you're traveling, you want to be able to make as many expenses as possible on the business side. Okay, so you want to really leverage that business side and make sure that that card is reporting, because it's going to help you build up more business credit. All right, now our third card we're going to be talking about is Corpay. Okay, so Corpay is a net 21 card. Okay, after you use the card, they give you 21 calendar days to pay off the balance. Now, the interesting thing about it, it is a hard pull. It pulls Experian FICO 8, but all you need is a 600 credit score. Okay, and so their approvals on the basic, you're starting you out at 1,000. It can go up higher than that, but that's just the minimum they start you out with. Okay, so that's something you need to keep in mind. Also, with Corpay, the reason you want this card, because it's going to report to Equifax, Experian, and Dun Bradstreet. All right, so that's the reason this is important that you want to get to. Also, with the Capital One Spark Business, it reports as well, okay, to your Equifax, Experian, Small Business Financial Exchange, and that information is shared with Dun Bradstreet. Again, you want to get the benefits not only as a travel credit card, but you want to be able to have a credit card that's going to help you build up your business credit and your business bank rating, so you can get access to more funding. So that's the reason I'm sharing these with you. The next one is the First National Bank Business Credit Card. Now, this is also a low-hanging fruit. The reason it's a low-hanging fruit is because it pulls your FICO 9. Now, with First National Bank of Omaha, the thing about it, they usually give you decent amounts, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. okay, so even as a startup, if you have a good FICO 9, I would say with the FICO 9 scoring, is more forgiving than the FICO 8 scoring. So your FICO 9 scoring, if you have at least I would say a 670, 680, you may be able to qualify for the First National Bank business credit card. Now, also keep in mind that First National Bank also has a secured business credit card as well. All right, and I think that goes from 2,000 on up to 100,000. But again, looking at the data points, the data mining, you know, once you're in their system, once they trust you, once you have a relationship with, then you start getting access to more unsecured credit cards as well as unsecured lines of credit and unsecured business loans as well. All right, so that's one card you want to also consider. Now let's talk about GM business credit card. Now the GM business credit card is issued through Goldman Sachs, okay, and you can do a no hard pull to see if you pre-qualify for the card. Another interesting thing about it is TransUnion FICO 9. So again, it's another low-hanging fruit, a great opportunity for you to get a good business credit card. Again, I would say 670, 680 credit score to be able to get that card, especially if you're planning on traveling and stuff like that. Like I said, one of the things when I travel a lot, I notice how people pinch pennies. All right, like me, when I travel a lot, I'm always valeting my car, I'm always tipping and stuff like that. But a lot of people, when they travel and stuff, they don't want to valet their car, they don't want to tip and stuff like that. So you want to be able to, if you're going to be traveling for business and stuff, you want to be able to take advantage of those expenses, because it's going to minimize your tax liability down the road. Okay, and so being able to take advantage of that is definitely going to help you not only with minimizing your tax liability, but build up your business credit as well the more you utilize the business credit cards. All right, now another credit card, and this is a surprising one, it's called Cosplay. Now with Cosplay, it's a fleet business credit card. Now the thing about it is with Cosplay, you don't need a personal guarantee. It's EIN only. All right, and it's for startups, it's for LLCs. All right, so that's really a good opportunity for you to start building up your business credit. You notice I haven't said nothing about having a DUNS number, or you having to have net 30s or Paydex score to get access to these cards. That's what you want. You want to be able to move to the head of the line and take shortcuts to build up so that you can have access to business funding much faster. All right, now let's just say you high roller and you in business and stuff like that, and you like to go to Vegas, or you like to go to Atlantic City, or whatever you like to go, or whatever, then the Wyndham business credit card. Now this here business credit card is through Barclays. Now we all know with Barclays, they pull exclusively from TransUnion. All right, now with Barclays, I would definitely tell you, if you're going to go for this Wyndham business card, please have at least 680 or higher credit score, okay, which is not that hard to do, but it is a FICO 8, okay, it is a FICO 8 bank card, so that's something that you have to keep in mind about this here card. Now the other card that you want to consider is the Amex Delta Gold business credit card. Now the reason I'm throwing that in the mix, all right, is because you can do a pre-qualified. So if you don't have a relationship with Amex at the moment, that would probably be one of the easiest. If you can hear it, that's the rooster letting us know that he wants to be on camera. But the Amex Business Delta Gold credit card is probably one of the easiest, okay? Because they're very forgiving in terms of allowing you to get access to that card. Now, I have seen people with a 660 credit score get this here credit card. So this is an easier credit card, business credit card. Now with American Express, they do a hard pull FICO 8. They may pull your TransUnion as well as your TransUnion as well as your Experian, okay, so they may pull that. Now I know some of you all may be with Chase Bank. Now here's the secret with Chase Bank that I want you all to know. If you're going to apply for a Chase Bank business credit card, we all know about the 524, meaning that you cannot have 5 revolving open accounts of any kind if you're going to apply for the Chase business credit card, Chase personal credit card. Now keep this in mind. If Chase turns you down for your business credit card because you have that 524, make sure that it's not an authorized user, and they cannot count personal loans as part of your 524. It actually has to be revolving accounts, okay? So that's just a little bit of information. Now there's one more other thing about Chase that I want to tell you. if you're able to, I would tell you to go inside and sit down with a bank manager or something like that and let them put in the numbers to help you qualify for that business credit card. All right, so the reason is because Chase, they report to the major business credit bureaus as well. All right, so you're talking about Experian, Equifax, Small Business Financial Exchange, and shared with Dun Bradstreet as well to help you build up your business credit. But also make sure if you're gonna go with Chase, I would probably suggest that you open up a business checking account and make weekly deposits. Now I know some of you are like, well, what about the credit unions or whatever? Here's the thing about the credit unions that some of you all may not know. Most of the credit unions, they don't report. Okay, they don't report, so that's the reason I don't talk too much about them in terms of going after a business credit card, because I know you're trying to get business funding, business lines of credit, and other business credit cards. Yes, you can get business credit cards with them and business loans and business lines of credit, but if you're trying to build up or thicken up your file, I would tell you to go with these cards first and then go after the credit union card so you can get higher limits. All right, so this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, or the difference between your FICO 8 and FICO 9 credit score, click the link in the description. Thank you.